Hey there, everybody. I'm back. Hadn't gone anywhere. I know it's been over a week since I did any posting. I was at home, did about 3-4 days home time, and came back to work last Friday, February 1st. Got a load out of Atlanta, Mableton. That was a big clusterfuck. It was a live load. I got there on time for the load. I went into the office. They told me, have you got a dock number yet? I said no. They said go back out to your truck until the yard jockey tells you what dock, and then come back in and sign in. I said okay. Well, there was a line of trucks out there. There was 10 or 12 trucks on this little narrow road. So the yard jockey had me just pull off to the side on their property. And so that's what I did. He said he would get to me as soon as he could. I said, all right. Well, when he finally did get with me, he says that we're going to end up, it's going to be a little bit, still juggling trucks out here in to get loaded. I said, okay. So about an hour or so went by from that, and I saw the other yard jockey. He was walking through with a clipboard. So I hopped out of the truck and went to check. And he says, well, you know, that's not a loading dock. I wondered why someone was parked right there. I told him, your other yard jockey guy told me to park there. He shook his head. So in about 30 minutes or so, they finally came and told me what dock to pull to. And I went and backed in, and then went back inside and signed in. Went out to the truck. And it was just a few minutes after I pulled into the dock that they started loading me. But let me tell you, I got there at 2 o'clock. That was my appointment time. It was 6:59 before they started loading me. It was another hour when they finished, and about another 15-20 minutes before I got out of there. So it was almost 8 o'clock. I'm already way behind several hours on my load trying to get to North Carolina or South Carolina. Unfortunately, I didn't make it that evening like I was supposed to, so I made it the next day. Notified everybody I was supposed to, did my macros on the computer. Anyways. So I caught another load out of South Carolina that took me to Ohio, just east of Columbus, Ohio. And then I got another load 15 miles down the road that I picked up. And went to Battle Creek, Michigan. Got that load up there. Grabbed another load. Took me back down to North Carolina. Dropped that load off yesterday. Picked up a load at the same yard and dropped it off this morning in West Virginia. And 3 days, I've made 3 trips back and forth the Appalachian Mountains. So I'm pretty good with mountain driving right now through that path. So now I've got another load. It's a live load that my appointment time is 2 o'clock tomorrow. So I've been at a Pilot truck stop at Sutton, West Virginia since about 12 o'clock today, 12:30, maybe 11 o'clock. Still trying to get a load, and eventually I finally got a load. I was working on a load, looking at my times and everything for my hours of service, because at this point I only got 14 hours left, and they were looking at a load going to Laredo, Texas, which was nice. It was 1,500 miles. Had to be there by Monday. I was like, yeah, I'm looking at my hours, see if everything's going to work out and what I've got for recaps that are going to fall in. And about the time I'm getting ready to accept it, or thinking I could accept it, they took the load off of me. And what I believe the reason why is from where my time started, there was no way I was going to be able to drive to get to the shipper by midnight when my 14-hour clock was going to end up stopping. And my 10-hour break still wouldn't have, it would have put me after midnight, maybe 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, trying to get there to the shipper. But it had a live load at midnight. And they said, no, it wouldn't work. So needless to say, that's fine. I accepted another load. I'm going to go pick it up tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. And then I'm heading to, I'm going to say this wrong, DePere, Wisconsin. And it's DE, capital PERE. It's up by Green Bay. And I've got 3 days to get it there. No, excuse me. Midnight of the 9th, I believe is what it is. So Saturday midnight. And I should be able to get in some good mileage driving tomorrow after I get it picked up. Hopefully the live load doesn't take them forever and I can get on the road. Then on the 9th I'll be able to drive all day. I'll be running on my recap, which will add to it, and I'll be good there. So today, sitting at the truck stop all day, did a little reading on my driver manual book. Right across the street was Walmart. So I said, I'm getting ready to get into some cold weather. The snow's gone, or will be gone tonight, so by the time I get up there, but hopefully the roads will be somewhat clear, better weather. But just in case, I went over to Walmart and picked up some non-perishable goods. Something that'll, I've got some food in here then, and something to eat on. I got some, picked up some perishable bananas and apples. I eat a lot of those, so. But I got some crackers and some Cliff Bars, and I picked up a salad, a nice salad that I'm having for dinner. It's a Fiesta steak salad with avocado as the salad dressing on there. It's actually pretty good. And I picked up some good old PB&J, peanut butter and jelly. And I didn't get a loaf of bread, but healthy whole wheat flour tortillas. So I smear it on there, and I can have myself a peanut butter and jelly flour tortilla sandwich. And like I said, some crackers and things like that. I gotta get, I like drinking the big jugs of water. And they didn't have any over there that I wanted. Plus, I didn't want to end up carrying a 24 pack, 300 yards with a handful of groceries as it is. I could go back over there and probably buy some tonight. But anyways, so I've done a little reading, did a little napping, did a little grocery shopping. And that's, oh, let me tell you. So I was going up to Battle Creek. And when I was in Ohio, I picked up an empty trailer. But it was dry there. And I did my pre-trip on the trailer. Everything looked pretty good. A little dirty inside, not too bad. But it needed to be swept out. And so I closed up the trailer, hooked up to it, and did my loaded call and headed on. And well, it's going to Post Foods up there. And the trailer needed to be cleaned, and it needed to make sure there were no leaking. Well, when I looked at the trailer, there was no leaking inside the trailer. Like water leaks, anything dripping. Well, on the way up there, I went through some rain. And then when I get to Post Foods, the security guard goes out to check the trailer, and we open the doors. Well, the inside of the trailer's wet. And you can see where water's been dripping. So they refused the trailer. So I sent my macros in like I was supposed to the company, trying to contact somebody about what I need to do with the trailer, where I need to drop it off at. Is there a drop yard? I can drop it off and pick up another trailer. Do I need to get it fixed? Whatever. Plus the security guard there, she was a little bitch. She had a little attitude on her. And she wrote down the trailer number, and she said we can't accept it. So for a couple hours trying to reach somebody, doing my messages in the system, they finally get back in touch with me, call On-Road, have On-Road fix the trailer. The trailer's got to be fixed before anything can happen. Okay, so I called On-Road. I was sitting at a TA truck stop about 8 miles from Post. So they called the work order in to TA truck stop and let them take a look at it, see if they can fix the leaks. Find them and fix them. So I go over to the shop. The shop says, well, it's going to be about 7 to 8 hours before we can look at it. Do you still want to do it? Now, mind you, this is 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. So it's going to be midnight before they can take a look at it. Try to fix it, which means I'm up and down, I got to move the trailer over to the shop, sit out there. A couple times the mechanic came out, told me what was going on. Eventually, he finally got it sealed up. And we had them dry the trailer out. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go back over to Post Foods and see if I can end up getting a different security guard there. And he accepts the trailer. Praying. That's what happens. Because all I got to do is drop the damn trailer, pick up a loaded trailer, and get my butt on the road. Well, he did. He did accept it. I was thankful. But he had some reservations about the back door because it didn't seem to seal correctly. The 2 doors where the seal is, the rubber seal, the bottom side of the door kind of stuck out a little bit. But he let it pass. So I left out of there. So that held me up for many hours while I was dealing with this. So, I mean, that was probably 12 hours there. And when it could have been 12 hours, I was driving on the road. Been down the road somewhere. So it was a it's been an interesting ride in there. Let me back up here. There we go. It's been an interesting ride the last couple days. I was doing so well. My loads were on time. I was moving along the first 3 days. I'm thinking, great, man, we're doing good. And then that happened. And then this happened today, which trying to get a load, it's been slow. But I eventually got one. It just caused me to have to sit for a few extra hours. More so than I wanted to. About 24 hours at the truck stop. Because they wouldn't accept an early live load. So needless to say, this is what I did and sat but I chilled out. It was nice. Got some rest. And looks like we're going on about almost 17 minutes. So I hope everybody has a good day or has had a good day. It still is a wild ride. I'm enjoying it. I'm seeing some good country. And I hope everybody likes the videos that I keep sending out there. I need to get some more little mounts or something so I can mount it to the window or something and I can get some views out there a little bit better. But anyways, 17 minutes and 3 seconds. Thank y'all. Have a good evening. Like, comment, or subscribe. And we shall see y'all later. Have a good night.